What is up, everybody? It is December 12th, Northern California. A little foggy today. Not too bad. It's about 31, so it's a little cold too, but not super cold. Here, check out the fog. I don't know if we can see that. Kind of cool. Anyway, today I will be changing the oil in the 911, so stick with me and you will see how I change the oil in this thing. It's a little past due. I run synthetic oil on it, so I'm not really super worried about it going a little past the 5,000 mark, but I am at close to 7,000 now, so a little farther than I like to go. So and then another thing I wanted to talk about was I had a representative of Lucas Oil call me. I'm a salesman, and so every now and then I get calls from someone trying to actually sell me something. So, so when it's a sales pitch, it's always hard to decipher if, it's real or not. So I haven't really researched it a lot. He said that, if you're going to put synthetic in your car, make sure that it's actually made in Europe, preferably Germany, just because I guess the standards for synthetic in America are a little different. I guess it doesn't, for them to call it full synthetic, it doesn't necessarily have to be full synthetic. So I went ahead and got the same Mobil 1. Now I noticed that I always try to get the Mobil 1 stuff because that was the stuff that they recommend for the car. The last time where I get it, they didn't have the Mobil 1, and so I ended up going with the synthetic castrol. I knew that they required that in the BMW, so I figure that it's not a bad oil, the Castrol. I noticed that it was made in Germany, so I bought the Castrol and I didn't have any worry about it. But then, after a couple of times of that, they finally actually came in with the Mobil 1 at our local auto parts store. And so I kind of was wondering why, so it had been so long since we had the Mobil 1 in, and so I bought it, but then, I started thinking, where's it made? And so I noticed that, I don't know if you can see that, if focus in on it, but the Mobil 1 is now made in USA. So, again, I don't know if, what he was saying, the guy from Lucas Oil if what he was saying was true or not. I assume it is. I'm going to have to research it now just to see if, for some reason, if it's made in USA, it doesn't have to be full synthetic or something. So I'll let you know what I come up with. But here it goes. Let's change some oil. So what is up, everybody? It is December 13th, and we were going to do the oil change on the 911 yesterday, but at lunchtime I bit into my tuna salad sandwich wrong and fucking broke my tooth. I'm sure that looks all fucking nice to you, but anyway, what are you gonna fucking do? Broken tooth. So I had to go to the dentist and figure out what to do. It looks like it's an implant since that thing was already crowned and all that crap. So anyways, today we will try to do the oil change on the 911. Stick with me. Alright, so here I am down here at the shop. Just wanted to start the oil change. It's about to rain, so I don't have a whole lot of time. So anyway, I got it about 180 degrees on the dial, so it's a little warm. So I'm about to go ahead and just spray some degreaser on it, let that sit for a second, and then scrub it before I start messing with it. A little more of that on there before I scrub it a little bit. There's also a little thing that happens with these 911s. As you can see, it needs a detail. So I usually wipe this down when I'm doing this, but a lot of times with these 911s, there's a little, what they say, butter. And as you can see it there, a little Carrera butter for you. Not bad though. At first, when I first saw that, I first changed my oil, that concerned me a little bit. But then I noticed that on some other videos, people talk about getting the butter out. So there it is. We'll get the butter out, and then we will put some fresh oil in this thing. So anyway, not a big fan of the Purple Power. I've used other stuff that usually cleans this up pretty good, so anyway. So anyway, let's go ahead and drain this thing then. So anyway, I'm underneath this Carrera with a fucking GoPro in my mouth, wondering how the hell do you get subscribers on this channel? Anyway, I guess now is not a good time to ask for subscribers. And as you can see, I let the oil get pretty bad. It's not completely black. I can kind of see through it, but it definitely went a couple thousand miles longer than I wanted to. So anyway, we will let that drain for a little bit. So anyway, there's an O-ring on this canister that needs to be changed. It comes with the new filters. And so try to get this one off of there. And then I guess they say put some oil inside this canister before you put it on over the filter, just to avoid some sort of a warning light. I've done it both ways. I've never had the warning light, so you can do it either way. But at this point, since they want to get the O-ring a little oily, I'll go ahead and pour some oil into there. And dip this in there. Alright, so let it drain for quite a while, and filter goes in. You should feel it pop in there. Low pressure clicks into place, and then the oil canister nice and slow because there is oil on it. Or in it. And thread that on like that. And you want to make it crush that O-ring, and it should join up together up there at the top. So I do have a little wrench. I almost can do it with my hand, but not too much torque on it, just a nice little tightness. Never had a problem with it leaking at all. I can just see a little gap there. Should be pretty good. All right, and so she's ready to have some oil put in her. So it should take 8 quarts of oil. So there it is. That's all there is to it. Changing the oil on the 911. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Eventually I'm going to have the engine out of this thing, so you're probably going to want to see that. Have a good one. What is up, everybody? It is December 12th, Northern California. A little foggy today. Not too bad. It's about 31, so it's a little cold too, but not super cold. Here, check out the fog. I don't know if we can see that. Kind of cool. Anyway, today I will be changing the oil in the 911, so stick with me and you will see how I change the oil in this thing. It's a little past due. I run synthetic oil on it, so I'm not really super worried about it going a little past the 5,000 mark, but I am at close to 7,000 now, so a little farther than I like to go. So and then another thing I wanted to talk about was I had a representative of Lucas Oil call me. I'm a salesman, and so every now and then I get calls from someone trying to actually sell me something. So, so when it's a sales pitch, it's always hard to decipher if, it's real or not. So I haven't really researched it a lot. He said that, if you're going to put synthetic